Hello, and welcome to this installment of Final Fantasy XIV and the Adventures of Bunny Boy Bob. As you know, my character's name is Robert Philowit, and he is adventurer in the Final Fantasy XIV online game. And today he is heading out for his first time into Adventures Unknown. And he's going to summon his little carbuncle as a little character to come along with him. Also, we picked up some of our mailing goods, which included this little wind-up poem. And as you can see, they title it with my name on it so that everyone knows where that cute little character came from. These are minions. They're non-combat characters that stay with you, so you have a companion that you can call your own as you go along. I'm going to check and see. I hit the C to call up my character, and then this little guy right here will show me gear recommendations so that I don't have to go through. And when I go Control I don't have to go through and click on each one of these and go, is this better than this? Is this better than this? I don't need to worry about that. It automatically does that for me and tells me what's good and what's not good. So that's my armor chest, and I have that available, I believe, down here. And it just shows you Control I, C for character, Control C is for currency, but you can also click on this and it'll give you the currencies here as well. Alright, are we ready? Let's get some action going. We are heading into Lower Lanosis, and this is just going to tell us a couple of ways to battle and how we get our achievements as we go along. And we've got our first achievement, which is the mapping out, and these are the different options here. Except for I can't remember where my achievements is. I'm sure we'll find it. Oh, I passed it. It's right there. So that just tells me the different achievements that we reached, and we get points for this, and we'll be able to later on buy minions and different hats and fun stuff like that. So we're out here in the real world, Morby Bay, and you can see that there are little icons over the different targetable. You can see we can target those, and those are what we're after. And you can see we're after ladybugs and Aurelias and wharf rats. So we'll go ahead and do our attacks, and we got experience points, and that just tells us how we apply those experience points. Now we are rested. You can see down here there's 2 and then 3 different colors on our experience bar. This is because we were sitting all night between recordings in a sanctuary, and so therefore we're getting 1.5 times 1.5 experience points. So I get 50% more per experience point on kills, well, on anything. So we got 2 ladybugs. So here we got, oh, we're getting plus 80% experience. Nice. Alright, here's our first wharf rat. And we'll go ahead and do that. So this power here is called Ruin, and that's our very basic attack. And as you can see, it does pretty good damage just for level 3. So, and we're just going to keep going through and cleaning out these guys. And we've completed our ladybug. You can see over here on the right hand side that ladybug is now cleaned, and we have one more wharf rat to do, and then we're going to have the Aurelias. That wharf rat is done. And now remember, we were told that the wharf rats, that the Aurelias were down by the river down here. So we'll go ahead and come down here. Now I can boost my speed to get a little extra run. And we will do that. Alright, so these are Aurelias here. And as you can see, they're also flagged for us. There's a fate nearby. I don't think we're going to join it just yet. Although it would be okay. It would definitely give us an experience boost and we'd get some extra gil out of it. But for now, let's go ahead. Level 3 Aurelia. And they're pretty easy to defeat. Let's go ahead. And we joined the fate, but we are level 4 now. So this one here, oops, we don't want to remove it. We want to just move it up here. So now when I hit Control 0, we will heal ourselves. We got more really up here. So you see we did one for this mission, and on that same one we also got one for that mission, so it kind of helps double up. So now if we get damaged, we can heal ourselves if we want. A lot of people go, you don't need to heal. You can see we're getting experience for both missions at the same time. Save some time, save some energy. Hit that Control 0, although we're healed by the time we get there. Now we could start that. That might be fun, actually. Now that we're level 4 and we got a heal. It'll take some time. We get extra bonus points and extra gil. Okay, so we completed those 2 missions. There's a minute 29 left on the river. This one here, and some creatures are best left alone. There's one of the giant jellyfish which consumes prey by stunning it, so we will definitely have to remember that it will stun. Let's go ahead and just attract its attention here a little bit. So there's going to be attacks on the ground. As long as you get out of it before it vanishes, then you're good. He's going to hit us. Heal yourself. We're doing pretty good. We're getting pretty good chunks out of him. Let's go ahead and have our carbon pump shield us. And that'll help protect us also from shooting us a little bit. Shield doesn't last very long, but it's enough. Oops, we interrupted that. So sometimes if we move, man, we did it. We only had 1 second to spare. So we got some gil, we got some experience points, and we got a nice little thing there. So this just tells us we got our achievement success, and then we get a reward for it. So nice. And the different medallions denote the different difficulty levels and how much we participated. So now we can go back. Now it's a run back if we want to run back, but we remember we have our return. It's a 15-minute cooldown. I think it's 15 minutes. We'll see as soon as we get done. But this is our quick escape back home to the Mother Crystal. Well, not Mother Crystal, but to our home crystal. And we'll be back in the plaza of the lower decks of Limsa Lamensa. Oh, that was exciting. We had some action. Alright. So, we do need to go to to the Arcanists Guild. And we're going to get into the Ethernet, which is the local one here. And we're just going to click on that. And we're going to turn in our quest. And here we go. And we've proven ourselves worthy. I see the creatures beyond the city walls posed you little threat. It is with great pleasure then that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. And that's our weapon, is the grimoire, the book. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And to commemorate this occasion, I gift you with this hunting log. The enemies marked within its pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your abilities in Arcanima. When you deserve a new strategy or tactic, you now have a ready source of opportunities on which to test it. And when you feel you can command carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instruction. I will be waiting. The next Arcanist quest will be available from Thornberry, because I can't say that name, upon reaching level 5, which we're almost there. You can see we chewed up quite a bit of that expressive experience, and it gave us pretty good. So here we're going to get some reasons and some experience points. Reasons will be very helpful. Oh, look at that. We're at level 5 already. We got our hunting log, and basically our hunting log just tells us the different creatures that we can go ahead. We'll find that here in duties. No, logs. Okay, so we're going to attack ladybugs again, and wharf rats, and lost lambs, and these just keep going up. They tell us what level they are so that we can safely attack without being destroyed. We got some pirates, and so it gives us level 1 to 10, and then here we'll have a new one. There'll be 10 more, and those will be 11 through something. And you can go through the different hunting logs. Each class has its own set of hunting logs to help you level as you're going along. And we're only on difficulty 1 right now. Well, I might as well go ahead and get this next mission. So we'll get new hats and there's all kinds of new stuff that we'll be able to get on the next go around. Go ahead and accept this. Ah, Robert, isn't it? No, it's Bob. Just call me Bob. Bunny Boy Bob. Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must oft remind my Arcanist to take meals so ensconced do they become in their studies. Oh, so ensconced do they become in their studies. Like I said, not all of this is easy to read. Okay, speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As with your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower La Nocia. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mandragos, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents. Formulate an effective strategy and utilize your arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for breakfast. Okay, so we've added those little guys. Then let's go ahead and go and turn in glory days. And we can get there by the aft castle. So it makes it easier having access to the aviarite system so that we can just run around, teleport to places that we need. Everything looks so pretty for Valentine's Day. It'll be coming up in just a few days for us here. Alright. Where did she go? Okay, so we have to turn this into Barteron. So deliver the Aurelia Umbrals to Barteron. And we're going to do that right here. Sobiji said an adventurer might be dropping by to deliver something special. That you, lad? Why, of course it is. I'm handing these over to you. Ah, Els, lad. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. Ah, God's damn smell. I've aided Aurelia Umbrals since I was a sellsword. 'Tis only the nastiest shite I ever put in my mouth. We tried sprinkling it with salt and cooking it over a campfire, but 'twas still little better than chewing on driftwood. Try it for yourself, lad. You'll see what I mean. Alright, so we can get, we're definitely getting some more crafting materials, these fire shards. And then we have our options here. So it looks like the only thing that is going to be worth our while is this class 5. It's definitely not going to do anything different. Or we can get some gil, which is just 100 gil. But let's get the outfit. And then let's see if we can put it on. Yep, we can put it on. So there we go, and it's on. We look very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. And then if we ever want to, we can always try on, and we get a little window that lets us parade around. It only puts that item on though, so there we go. So you can see we're in knickers or boxers. And then we can turn off different aspects if we want. And then we can reset the display if it's out of whack. Okay, I like that. Alright, let's see what we got next. On to Summerford. Okay, so we're going to be heading out to Summerford and starting our next set of adventures. Let's go ahead. Still in Lepsa. Excuse me. Still in Lemsa, are you, Robert? Yes, call me Bob. Would you fancy a trip outside the city walls? Well, I would. I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? Okay. Ay, this is hard. The owner, Steelworn, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if ye can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back into the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another and or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation. So make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Evergate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Okie dokie. So we're going to go out the Evergate, which is right outside this little thing here, or we can just head right out the aft castle. Oh, I'm good. I always do that. We can head out the aft castle, and since we have the Aetherite network, we can go right out the Evergate, which will just put us very close to our hunting log goals too. Evergate. Yep, right outside we go. And here we are. There's Evergate. So we could run back down this way to get back into Limsa Lamensa. That let us come out here. So now you can see there's a little change of icon over each of these critters. That's because if we go into our hunting log, we can see ladybug, wharf rats. So now that's the indicator that they are part of our hunting log. And if we want to go ahead and get some experience while we're at it, we'll do that. One more thing. Forgot to do this. Animal skins. We'll be able to sell those or do fun stuff with those. We want to use one of the raisins. And we've got 30 minutes, and as you can see, we get increase to our speed a little bit, but we also get benefit for 30 minutes for more experience, which will help us level through this stuff a little bit faster. And if we eat 2 of them, you can see that for the maximum of 1 hour, we are now charged. Now, normally I go 30 minutes at a time because I don't get to play a whole lot, but we do have access to it for an hour. And if we log out, we will lose the rest of that buff over a period of time. That one runs out. Whereas later on, when we call our travel mount to help us, our chocobos, there we go. We got the first one done. We got some experience, and we're good. So we just have to find a couple more ladybugs along the way. There's one over here. Anyway, so what I was saying was the chocobo timer will stop whenever we're in a sanctuary or whenever we're in a resting where we log out. That timer stops and we'll pick up when the chocobo is available to us again. So that's a nice thing. We're not going through a lot of cabbage. Alright, we got that one taken care of. Now there's some lost sheep right over here. This guy is level 15. We don't want to mess with him because he will stomp us and knock us completely out. And that's one thing why I like my carbuncle. Let's see, do they? They don't have an attack anymore. They just guard. Yep, the order's already been given. Anyway, you can tell him to guard us in case. And you can see we have 20, 25, 26 seconds on that little guy. Alright, here, sheepy, sheepy, sheepy. One more. Oh, there was one closer, but oh well, we'll make it run to us. And he's down. And we are level 6 now. Da, da, da. Ooh, okay. So now we have some more fun stuff. So, level 6, we get to summon our ruby. And what that does is it, let's see. No, I want it there. Okay, so that is my control 1. When we build up on our attack powers from the arcane in our little carbuncle, as long as he is out, we will gain what's called oh goodness, fire attunement, and we will gain fire attunement, earth attunement, and air attunement as we go along. And basically, it summons out a carbuncle or a later on we get some iggies, and there are summoning pets, and they'll do 1 attack, but then they'll also continue to give us for the fire attunement we get 2 single target damage. For the earth we get I believe it's 5 single target attacks, and for the wind I think we get 4 single target attacks, and each one also does a little bit extra, so we get extra fire damage, extra earth damage, extra wind damage. So those change depending on which attunement we are to the fire. Oh, look. Okay, so these guys, they like to do some fun stuff, and they target us. I'm going to go ahead and get into my stance for... Now you can see I have an attack power, and I can't call out any of the carbuncles or the... So now I can call out my carbuncle. So let's go ahead and send him running out there. So there he goes, and he's going to do his first attack. And then we had fire attack, and then we got it. So it goes really fast, but now you see I have 1 more that I can use to attack. So let's do this. Because they do after a period of time. And now it's clear. So now we don't have that attack anymore. So that's called Gem Shine. Sorry, I hit the microphone there. And that's only available after we've executed the Ruby Carbuncle. And then later on, as we get more Carbuncle experience, then we'll get not just the Ruby, but we'll get the Topaz and the Earth. Oh, look, these little guys are on our quest. Yeah, look, so we have to get 3 of these little guys taken care of. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of them then. Okay, do that one. And empower that one, so we'll be able to grab our Ruby again. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, we can get our Ruby, but there's really no need to get the Ruby now because we've met all 3 of those. But let's go ahead and call out the Ruby anyway. And then we can use the attack. And then our little sapphire is back again. There we go. And then you can see we can't charge up to use them again for just a little bit. It sits on a 1-minute timer to use that. Hello, mate. So here is one of the Chocobo stations. We can't use it until level 10, but it's the travel system. So it lets us run around between areas. So we can repair gear. And it only costs us 9 gil. So later on, we want to always make sure that we're repairing our gear and stuff whenever possible. Also, we want to make sure that before we trade gear out, so like on that jacket that we were wearing, we're going to sell this one off. We don't really need the harness. But, oh, I don't think it'll let me sell it off, will it? Oh, it will. Anyway, sells for 3 gil. Anyway, if it's damaged like it is, condition 99%, we can't use it in the, we can't use it in the glamour system. Yep, it's the only one we can sell right now. There we go. Got a little extra gil. Nice. We're up to 210 gil. And then this just tells us about the shops we can buy good stuff and things like that. Anyway, in the glamour system, which we'll learn later, you can't glamour or add to the glamours anything that's not 100%. So you always want to try to make sure that we do that. Okay, so this is our first attunement outside the city, and that's the Aether right there. And it's just telling us now we have abilities to teleport. So if we want to come back and forth, we can click on this little guy, and you can see we can go between the our home base in Limsa Lamensa, or here in Middle Nicosia, La Nocia. I guess I have to figure out how to say that. Anyway, we could travel between the two, but it's going to cost us gil, and right now we've got 210 gil. So one teleport here, and we'd be done with as far as gil. This one, we wouldn't even have enough to teleport. That's why we have the return, and that's set up so that we can return home free of charge. So this one here, we can set home point if we wanted this one to be the home point. We could register it as a favorite destination or register free destination. Now we don't have any tokens for the free, but we do have excuse me, we do have, wow, that's really, all right, well, sorry sinuses, have them 24/7 365. Anyway, so we don't have anything, but we can register that later on for a free location. All right, here is our contact, Stalwart. And we'll go ahead and talk to him. Ah, you must be the adventurer Barteron promised to send along. Robert Phillywit, wasn't it? Just call me Bob. You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stalwart, the old bastard, as Barteron likely described me, and this here is my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship, but the calamity did for our ship like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. Okay. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow. An Admiral Melweeb's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers working the fields seemed too fine of an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take a pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wriggling their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soil like you. I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Okay. So I will be able to get some boots. Those boots look very nice. Oh, I guess I have to click on them. And I get like 1,040 experience. So I get a level 5 boot. Quest complete. Yay! Okay, he's going to have me do another quest. And now we're level 7 already. My goodness, do we just speed along here. Alright, let's go ahead, put on those boots. Because they're recommended. Oh, they're a nice boot too. Oh. Let's try them on. Yeah, see, XIVs. But those are nice leather boots. Ah, very good. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll accept this quest. Dressed to call. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. We're going to have to go back to Limsa on this one. I have a mind to set you a task, Philywit. But before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. And I guess kitted out means dressed to the hilt. Pirates don't care to parley with a dandelion. Dandies? You understand? It must well be that the ones here have traded in their cutlasses for coutures, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or greater, and speak with Staltworn. Okay, so now this just tells us about the gearing system and how to gear it, which I've already done. So we can't come back here and talk to him until we do that. So we're going to need some more gil. We're going to have to get some more goodies, and we're going to have to do that on our next adventure. So let's go ahead. We'll teleport back and see what will be available on the next go around. Alright. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this installment. And we will be back in and running on the next week. It looks like I will be posting weekly on this. So we'll come here and call it a day, saying hi to all these nice guys. Alright. So thank you so much for joining me on this installment of Bunny Boy Bob's Adventures, and we will be excited to see you on the next go around. This is Grandpa Pans, and we hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next go around. Thanks.